Hey, yo, peace to the family. I want to do a reaction to Floyd Mayweather's new lawsuit against his new business partner. Now, the crazy part about it is this. Back in February, I want to say that was about, what, 3-4 months ago. Back in February, I did a show entitled, and let me pull it up right here, Is Floyd Mayweather's lawsuit against Espinosa, Showtime, a setup to get Al Haymon? So basically, hey, yo, peace to the family. I want to do a reaction to Floyd Mayweather's new lawsuit against his new business partner. He's suing his business partner named Jona Rechnitz for $175 million. Now, the funny part about it is this. Now, back in February, I did a show. Let me tell you guys the date. February, about 3 months ago, it was like February the 9th or something of that sort. I did a show entitled, Is Floyd Mayweather's lawsuit against Espinosa and Showtime a setup to get Al Haymon? And the reason why I said that was because Al Haymon's name was mentioned all throughout that lawsuit, but he's not sued. His name was mentioned throughout the lawsuit in a bad way. And Floyd was basically saying that, hey, look, man, Showtime and Stephen Espinosa conspired with Al Haymon to rob me out of $340 million. That's $340 million lawsuit that he currently have going on right now. Then right after that, last year around November, so I want to say last year around November, Floyd Mayweather got introduced on the stage. He was at the Republican Jewish Coalition convention, and he met some new friends, his new friends over there. Shout out to those beautiful brothers over there, with the Jewish community. You guys know they don't play, so I gotta, y'all just pick up what I'm putting down. So Floyd went over there, he made some new friends. One of the friends he made his name was Jona Rechnitz. And I looked up Jona Rechnitz, and Jona Rechnitz is a convicted felon with the federal government, meaning that he specializes in committing financial crimes, right? And he ended up turning snitch. He cooperated with the government, and this happened in New York, and he flipped and he turned on his fellow Jewish brothers. You know what I mean? So then, so he did that. Then he moved back to California because that's where he's from. And then he found this way in the lap of Floyd Mayweather. And you saw this game when Floyd Mayweather was at basketball games. This guy, Jona Rechnitz, was right there with him, right? You know what I mean? White guy, Jewish guy, right? He was right there with him. So, and Floyd embraced him. Then Floyd was at the Republican Jewish Coalition Committee, and they gave him a robe. They said that Floyd went up there and he pledged his allegiance to these guys. And then he especially spoke out. It was Jona's father on the stage, and he praised Floyd and said that Floyd always a friend to Israel and his people. And then there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You always want to be a friend to those good people over there. Please understand why I'm saying this, guys. Please understand it. You get what I'm saying? And then the father spoke good of Floyd, and then Floyd took the microphone. Floyd said that you have always been like a father figure to me. He said the same thing to Al Haymon as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating the World Champion of Israel Award to Floyd Mayweather.
They gave Floyd the World Champion of Israel Award and put a robe on his back. Our beautiful brothers and sisters of the Republican Jewish Coalition Committee. 3 months later, Al Haymon is not sued, but he's named in a lawsuit that he's not being sued in and being accused of committing a scheme to rob Floyd of money.
Bobby, first I want to say thank you. You've been nothing but a father-like figure, a gentleman.
Did you hear this? You've been nothing but a father-like figure. Didn't he say that about Al Haymon? He said that same thing about Al, right? He's like a father figure to me. When you see Al, you see me. You remember that? Now he meet our beautiful brother, our beautiful Jewish brother. He sit down with him and he tell him the same thing. One thing about Floyd, he knows when he meets, he knows how to spot a father figure. Let's continue. Okay.
A big brother, and a special person. Jona. When I first met Jona, I never knew where our relationship would end up. But you have always been a stand-up person, a great guy, a great friend, and a brother that can never be replaced. We hear certain things, we hear so many different things out here in the world about Floyd Mayweather. But one thing about Floyd Mayweather, I'm loyal. And loyalty is not an action.
Now, Floyd told one of the biggest lies right there. Because I know a lot of people, I know people who know Floyd and he's not as loyal as he's saying he is. I got a manager right now I talk to on the phone. Floyd shitted on a lot of people who look like me and you. He ain't loyal at all. And if you're so loyal, why you suing Showtime and Steven Espinosa? But not only that, why you throwing your brother Al Heyman name under the bus? You just met your new friends yesterday. But you've been knowing Al for years. You throw your brother name under the bus.
It's a lifestyle. So if I'm with you, Jona, I'm with you through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And to those that's watching and has never been to Israel, it's one of the best places in the world. No matter where I travel to around the world throughout the years, I will always make that pit stop in Israel, always.
But you ain't never made the pit stop to the hood. What about the hood? all these people who been threatening me over the years about you and saying I better not say nothing bad about your name. Like, what about them people?
I'm not with you guys 10%, 50%. I will always be the voice for the people in Israel. I will always stand behind the country of Israel. The one and only Floyd Money Mayweather in Israel. I will always be here for you guys when you guys don't have a voice.
And then he told Jona, he say, no matter what they say about you, you have a friend in me. And he say, if you got a problem with Jona, and anybody have a problem with Jona, you have a problem with me. Now, fast forward, this is May, and Floyd Mayweather apparently has a problem with Jona and his newfound friends because he's suing them right now for $175 million. Guess what? I got the receipts. True. Yeah. I have the receipts. I do. Now, as you can see, I was spot on with this. Now, he spoke about, now you saw, Floyd made his new friends. Shortly after that, he sued Steven Espinosa, Showtime, and he threw Al Heyman name under the bus. Read the lawsuit that he got against Showtime and Steven Espinosa. Al Heyman name is all throughout the lawsuit. He couldn't sue Al, but he's tearing Al down. And guess what? He's accusing his new friends of doing the same thing that he said Al Heyman, Steven Espinosa, and Showtime did to him. But however, he said that Showtime and Steven Espinosa conspired together to funnel his money to Al Heyman controlled accounts. That's what he said. Now, guess what? So it appears to me that his new friends got in the middle, drew a wedge, separated them, and then now guess what? You guys remember when Floyd Mayweather said that he had bought all those properties in New York and in Manhattan? You know, he got 107, what it was, 60 new buildings or 120 apartment buildings or something of that sort, and all of his fans are jumping up and down. Yeah, nigga, Floyd got plenty of money. He ain't broke. Listen, the boy broke. Now, he not broke like he gonna be working at McDonald's anytime soon. But if you're suing one person if you're suing one entity for $340 million and you suing this dude for $175 million, last time I checked, that's what is that? That's 515 million, or a half a billion plus 15. You suing for the money because the money ain't there. Oh, but let's not quit. Hold on. I got something else to show y'all. Jona. Let me show y'all Jona. This is the guy who Floyd, on that video that I just showed you, pledges allegiance to. This is the guy. Let me show y'all who he pledges allegiance to. Let me go ahead and pull this up right quick. As you can see right here, as a matter of fact, let's do this. As you can see right here, now this is from TMZ. The headline reads, Floyd Money Mayweather claims ex-advisor hooked him in a $175 million New York real estate hustle. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is back in a fight, only this time the venue is a Manhattan courtroom, not a boxing ring. The retired champ filed a civil lawsuit in New York State pretty much on Friday, accusing former associate Jona Rechnitz of running a multi-year scheme that allegedly siphoned off at least $175 million from Mayweather's cash, jewelry, and real estate deals. According to the complaint, Rechnitz and two associates quietly redirected settlement money, loan proceeds, and even cash from the sale of a private jet into entities and accounts that they controlled. Same thing he accused Showtime and Espinosa of doing with Al Heyman. Mayweather is asking for at least $175 million in damages, plus disgorgement and punitive relief, and he wants a judge to order a full accounting of every dollar and asset he said went missing. Let's look at the complaint. Y'all. The complaint and the defendants. The case filed in Manhattan Supreme Court, pretty much Manhattan County Supreme Court, sorry about that, names Rechnitz, a Florida businessman, I.L. Frisk, so you know by the names, you know what community they come from, and Manhattan attorney Alexander Silliginson. Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. As defendants, according to reports, TMZ first obtained and published the complaint, and the real deal detailed the allegations and spoke with Mayweather's attorney, who said the gloves are off. The suit states that Rechnitz effectively installed himself as Mayweather's investment manager, real estate advisor, and banking point person before the distributed transfers occurred, positioning himself as the center, meaning the middleman, as the center of the boxer's high dollar property and finance moves. You can't make this up. See, the athlete, people with the suits always look at you athletes and entertainers as dumb, because you got the talent, you know how to make the money, but you're not smart enough to keep the money, because you surround yourself with financial geniuses. You surround yourself with financial crooks. You surround yourself with the guys with the suits on. You threw Al Heyman under the bus in a lawsuit that you didn't sue him on, suing Stephen Espinosa, suing Showtime. You got with the small hats, and this guy played up on you. Let me continue and show you guys the rest of the lawsuit. Lord have mercy. Let's read it. Let's read the rest of it. It says, the suit states that Rechnitz pretty much effectively installed himself as Mayweather's investment manager. Now, the only way that he can install himself as Floyd Mayweather's investment manager, Floyd Mayweather had to give him permission. He finessed Floyd, according to what Floyd Mayweather is saying. So Floyd Mayweather, according to him, have a history of being finessed. He said, I make smart investments. No, sir, you make dumb investments. True. Because the best investment to make is to make sure that you have the right people around you, especially if you are depending on them to handle your business, which you never should do. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go back to, like I said before, and see what he got to say. Missing jet. Y'all remember that jet he bragged about? Missing jet, hocked bling, and diverted payouts. The filing lays out a series of transactions that Mayweather's camp says were never properly authorized or accounted for. According to the Independent, those include a $7.5 million wire for an investment that allegedly produced no return, and a $13 million loan tied to a Miami Beach property that helped fund a 1996 Gulfstream. That was a G5 jet, right? I think it was the Gulfstream G4 or something like that. The complaint also points to roughly $15 million $15 million connected to a settlement with SL Green that Mayweather says never reached him. It further alleges that Rich Nick pledged out about $100 million worth of Mayweather's jewelry. This fool had $100 million in jewelry. He pledged out about $100 million worth of Mayweather's jewelry to 2 Miami jewelers. And I'm pretty sure that those jewelers are from his community. You dig? Mayweather's jewelers in exchange for about $13 million in cash. Miami jeweler, right? So this man took $100 million worth of Floyd Mayweather's jewelry, and he took it to Miami and he sold it to one of his friends, more than likely, because, you know, their community are the ones who control that, the jury and stuff, that, you know what I mean? Yada, 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 yada. And guess what? He gave it to him for $13 million. I make smart investments. Fool, this guy who you hired is a convicted felon and a snitch. If he was willing to rob his own people who look like him, what in the hell make you think he won't do it to you, fool? You was on stage at the Republican Jewish Commission, Coalition Convention, and you said that, you know, you pledged for Jona. You said that if anybody have a problem with him, they got a problem with you. You said that you are extremely loyal. Well, guess what? You ain't showing loyalty right now. You suing the very same guy and the people who you said that you was going to be loyal to. What happened? Let's continue. Let's continue. Lord have mercy. Let's continue. And I spoke about this in February. And one detail that jumps off that jumps off the page, the bill of sale for the jet allegedly lists the consideration as $1 and OBC without naming a purchaser. The lawsuit claims Mayweather never received a proper accounting for the aircraft proceeds and that a large portion of his jewelry remains pledged. Now let's look at Rechnitz's legal history. Jona Rechnitz, that's his name, is not a stranger to federal prosecutors. He pleaded guilty in 2016, 10 years ago, to conspiracy to commit honest services wire fraud, according to federal records in U.S. court filings. Those documents show he later cooperated, meaning he snitched, flipped with the government and was ordered to pay restitution and served a sentence as part of the case. He flipped on his fellow Jewish brethren. True, true, true. It says Mayweather's new complaint leans on that background as context, portraying Rechnitz as someone who is someone with a documented history of fraud who allegedly used the boxer's trust to gain control over high-value deals. You can't make this up. Fool. You want to lean on Jona Rechnitz history as a criminal and a snitch to support your claims that the same thing that he did to his Jewish brothers, he did it to you. You didn't realize that before you let that dude get up on you? Didn't you have people telling you about who this guy is prior to him getting up on you? You knew this before you got with him. If the snake will bite his own kind, what the hell make you think he won't bite you, fool? True, true, true. Now that same snake don't turn around and bit you, and you don't turn around and bit you, now you looking crazy. I did a show on this 3 months ago. Look in the archives. I just showed it to you in the beginning of the clip. What was this fool thinking about? See, athletes, that's what they look at athletes. These people with the suits, they look at athletes as being dumb. You can finesse them. That man played you like a fiddle. Played up on you, slid up on you. They got Al Heyman out the way. You fired Leonard Ellaby. They got Leonard Ellaby out the way. And now look at you. You all alone. Look what they did to you. Look what they doing to you. You suing Showtime. You suing Stephen Espinosa, and you suing doggone your business partner who you pledge allegiance to at the Republican Jewish Coalition. Are you still loyal to them, Floyd? Shout out to our beautiful brothers and sisters, you know, of the Jewish community. Beautiful people, beautiful brothers and sisters. I ain't got nothing to say about y'all, nothing. I hope y'all pick up what I'm putting down. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. Lord have mercy. It says why New York real estate is central. Y'all see this here? Y'all remember Floyd Mayweather talking about all the buildings he bought in New York that he don't have a business partner? This was the dude who pretty much hit Floyd with the flim flam. It said at the core of the lawsuit is Mayweather's investment vehicle, Vital Properties, which he used to buy into New York real estate. The complaint ties the alleged diversions to deals, including Manhattan properties and an acquisition linked to 601 West Companies, right? And 1,000 unit affordable housing portfolio as outlined by the deal. The suit claims that Rechnitz misrepresented the size and structure of at least one Manhattan acquisition, leaving Mayweather with only a minority stake on paper, while larger interests flowed through entities connected to Rechnitz associates. So he looked out for his people. That is the twist that takes this beyond a celebrity grievance and into a story with potential implications for local development partners and lenders caught in the same deal web. They saw Floyd dumbass coming a mile away. This man is known for doing this. He played up on you, Floyd, slid up on you like a snake. And now look at you. Let's see what Chad Ochocinco and Unc got to say. But before we do that, let me show you guys. I spoke about it right here. I spoke about it right there. Is Floyd Mayweather's lawsuit against Espinosa and Showtime a setup to get Al Hammond? In that video, I broke it all down. And I showed everybody who Jona Rechnitz is. And I was very respectful because I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke from the small head community. I don't. You guys are very powerful. I know how y'all get out. So I don't want no problem. I'm just trying to teach my people something. They'll never treat you the way you want to be treated, fool. I don't care how many, you get what I'm saying? Like, and then Floyd ain't the brightest dude in the world. 50 Cent already told us that Floyd is dumb. He can't read. Just because you know how to make money don't make you smart. It's easy to make money. You can make money being a fool. You can make money just off the talent that God gave you, but you got to be talented up here. If you're not talented up here, when it comes to keeping your money and knowing how to build the right team, having the right people around you, that's where the real fight is at. Most athletes, a lot of them end up like this because they think that those people are for them. And they just give them their trust like that. But let's continue. Let's see what Unc have to say, him and Chad Ochocinco. Let's see what they have to say. Let me pull this up for y'all.
Ocho.
But what happened, boy?
Floyd Mayweather says he reportedly got cleaned out to the tune of $175 million.
What?
Claiming a former close associate ran a year-long scheme that allegedly drained his bank accounts, hijacked real estate deals, pawned off his jewelry, and even made his private jets disappear.
Damn.
According to TMZ, Floyd says roughly $100 million worth of bling has handed over to a Miami jeweler for only $13 million in return. And he said a huge chunk of the collection is still sitting with the dealer. Floyd also says he unknowingly signed paperwork transferring ownership of his Gulfstream jet with a buyer section left blank, and says he still doesn't know where the aircraft money went.
You can't make this shit up. There's a video of Jona Rechnitz, Floyd Mayweather's business partner, who he say he loves so much, and if you got a problem with Jona, you got a problem with me, and I'm extremely loyal. He's flying Floyd Mayweather's jet to Israel with a whole bunch of merchandise. Literally. You can't make this up. Let's finish and see what Unc and Chad Ochocinco got to say about this here.
Floyd also reportedly has been ordered to pay more than $1 million in child support after a Nevada judge ruled the retired boxer fathered a 4-year-old girl born to a former dancer at his Las Vegas strip club. Floyd also faced a reported $7.3 million IRS lien. Ocho, with the lavish lifestyle that Floyd has built over the years, the jet, the entourage, nonstop spending, has he created a lifestyle that when he was making $200-400 million a year, he was able to enjoy? Has he created something that he can no longer keep up with?
Yeah, I think so, because if you think about Floyd obviously having to maintain the image of being Money Mayweather Joe, being at one point, being at Top's highest paid Forbes, top highest paid athlete at one point, the lifestyle that he did live, you understood. Once you stop fighting, once you retired, regardless of what investments you made there are no investments in this world, I don't care who you are, Uncle Joe, that you can make that can still accumulate that type of revenue that the sport that you play can. It's not that many. You got to hit, you got to get in good and hit it when it's hot, and it happens very seldom. It happens very seldom. So I hate this. I hate this for you, my young bull, man. I hate this for my young bull, Floyd. Hopefully this situation gets rectified, especially when it comes to having people around you, having other people in control of your finances. That's a no-no, Unc. Joe, that's a no-no.
Man,
that is a big no-no, especially with the kind of cash
Not
flow
no blank, though.
Floyd
Ocho,
having.
you know you can't sign anything blank. Ocho, when they come to us and they try to get us to sign these blanks when it comes to our autograph, bro. Do you know how many? Do you know how many jerseys that you can put these on? Do you know how many pictures you could? No, bro. I'm not signing no blanks.
Yep.
Y'all get the point. That's what Uncle Chad Otocinco talking about. It's a whole lot I can go on there. Shout out to Uncle Chad Otocinco. Did you see how Joe Smith and Unc and Joe and Chad was looking? They were like, damn, Floyd going outside. See, you can make the money, but you're going to leave this bitch broke. When it come down to entertainers who come from a certain ilk, got to be politically correct on this platform, who come from a certain ilk, boy, you'll make the money, but they always gonna find a way to get you. In this case, Floyd Mayweather got himself because he never educated himself. So he depended on good talking people who was able to finesse him out of his money. But not only that, but Floyd spent so much of his money because he got to keep this moniker up. I'm Floyd Money Mayweather. Like I said before, and it's very important. He always flaunt his wealth to people who look like me. He wasn't flaunting it to the small hats because the small hats got all the money. So he's not impressing them. His ego is to stunt for people who look like me. I got this, I got that, yada, 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 because white folks don't care nothing about none of that. So, but the people from a certain culture who look like me, who come from a certain culture in the hood and stuff like that, they look up to that. So they worship you. I had niggas online used to hit me up, threaten me about Floyd. I got threatened by Wilder. I got threatened by Tank. I got threatened by Smith. All of that there, right? Guess what? But y'all ain't threatening the small heads. I ain't taking a dime from your favorite fighter. The ones who you live vicariously through. But guess what? The small hats is, but guess what? Y'all ain't got no smoke for them. True. You dig? Floyd Mayweather, you got played. You got finesse. Floyd is B-R-O-K-E, broke. Now, is he broke like me and you? We really don't know because he probably ain't got what he think he got. Well, it's obvious he ain't got what he think he got because he have 2 lawsuits going right now that we know of, talking about huge lawsuits. He got one for $340 million. He's suing Steven Espinosa and Showtime and throwing Al Heyman name under the bus in the lawsuit. And he's suing his new friend, Jona Rechnitz, and the other 2 beautiful Jewish brothers, gotta be nice, Jewish brothers that went with them, an attorney and all that stuff there. He's suing them for what, 150 million? No, 175 million. You add that up, 175 plus 340, that's 515. That's a half a billy plus 15. So how much money cash y'all think Floyd got? He grossed $1 billion, over $1 billion throughout his career, but his gross and his net is 2 different things. You don't bring home what your gross, you bring home what your net after all expenses, after IRS get their tax money and everything. So how much cash you thought he got? When you go on celebrity net worth, According to them, they say he got a net worth of $400 million, where he's suing for $515 million. So guess what? He's broke.
True.
Because if he's suing for 515 and they say he got a net worth of 400, then guess what? The 400 really ain't there. He got 515 he's suing for. So if he get that 515, what y'all saying? That's gonna be the 515 plus the 400 he's supposed to be worth. So he gonna have 915 million? No. He got played. He got finessed. You went to the other side. You got rid of Booger Ray Leonard. You got rid of Al. And guess what? You went to the other side. And guess what? They saw you coming a mile away. They fed your ego. They know you dumb. 50 Cent said you was illiterate. And I like Floyd. But boy, you shitted on your people. I remember when President Barack Obama was the president, and guess what? It was a recession. And people was boycotting Gucci because Gucci had made a blackface costume, and you put the mask, and they put the mask on the face, and it made mockery of black folks in the Jim Crow South and all that stuff there, and of that era. And you telling me something? Oh yeah, Gucci ain't never did nothing to me. And then you showed a video of you going in Gucci, spending over $100,000 in Gucci when everybody quote unquote supposed to have been boycotted. Now again, I ain't tripping on that because you celebrities, a lot of you black celebrities, y'all boule, y'all the black boule. So the black boule class care nothing about people who look like me because we're not a part of that. The boule wants to be like the white folks and the small hats. They want close proximity to them. That's what they want. So when you broke niggas online, go to capping for your favorite fighter or whoever because he look like you, please understand he don't identify with you because he rich. The people that he's around, he's in a higher socioeconomic class in society. He don't see the world the way you see the world. On the bottom, you see racism, you see all this oppression and all that stuff there. When you black and rich like that, they don't see none of that. They don't identify with you. So threatening me about your favorite fighter when he won't piss on you if you was on fire is foolish, fool. They want close proximity to whiteness. They want close proximity to the small hats. They want to get far away from you. Look how it's working out for Floyd. This is my reaction to that. I catch you guys on the next one. You know my motto, don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
As you can see, I'm about to get on the jet. We're headed to Miami, baby. It's your man Floyd Money Mayweather. It's Air Mayweather. We're on our way to Miami. Come with me. What's up? It's your man Money Mayweather coming to you live. And right now we on Air Mayweather. We like to call it the jet Air Mayweather because when it's my time, it's money time. Everything we do it over the top, exclusive, big, huge, massive. So as we slowly pull the money out the bag, so right now, with the money team, my man Rick right here, he chilling. He don't say much. So it's not, it's nothing like riding on the Air Mayweather, big boy private jet. And doing what we do best. That's 700,000. That's 700,000. That's 700,000 right there. And with this, we make it's 300,000. That's $1 million. $1 million private jet.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.